welcome to another edition of Spotlight on Natural Resources. Notice that we've got a different theme for today, and it's called A Funeral March for Marionette, but most people know it as Alfred Hitchcock's theme song. And we'll talk about birds today, of course, one of his most famous movies. And with us to talk about birds is Dwayne Friend. Welcome, Dwayne.
Good morning.
Here, let me shut that off so that I can hear you a little better. Good morning again.
Good morning again to you.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about why we need to talk about birds this time of year in regards to natural resources.
Well, sometimes it appears that we're this time of year we're starting to get more birds back, and they're beginning to establish their territories. And sometimes it may appear like they maybe partied too hard when they were wintering down south. Sometimes you can see birds that are attacking windows, and this is particularly true for cardinals or robins, where they'll be right along by the window, and they'll flutter at the window, and they'll peck at the window. And then other times you'll have birds that just appear to fly directly into the window. And it's actually estimated that probably millions of birds actually die each year from collisions from windows. And there's really two basic reasons why this behavior happens. In the first case, it's usually male birds establishing their territories, and when what they see is a reflection. They don't see the other side of what's on the other side of the window, and all they see is another bird that looks like them, and they think that it's an intruder, and they try to attack it, and that's why they attack the windows.
I see.
So when the male sees his reflection in the glass, again, he tries to fight this imaginary intruder and will repeatedly attack the glass. And like I say, sometimes they can get pretty violent in their actions. The second case where you have birds attacking windows, or not really attacking windows, but flying directly into them, because they may be being chased by a predator, and they look through that window, and particularly if there's a window where it looks like they have an escape route, they'll fly in there not knowing the window is there, and basically they're probably flying at full speed, and that's usually where the death or injury of birds can be the outcome.
So other than foregoing spring cleaning and washing your windows, are there other things that we can do to protect the birds?
Yeah, there are. You can turn on the inside lights during dusk or nighttime hours. That can help. Window screens are really beneficial if you can put those up. And particularly what you're wanting to do to reduce that reflection is you're looking at trying to do something on the outside of the window. If you try to put something on the inside of the window, a lot of times that reflection is still there, and they'll still run into it, or they'll still try to attack that window if that's what's going on with it. So basically what you're needing to do is to do something to the outside of the window to reduce that reflection, or allow them to see that there's an actual solid piece of something in there, so they don't try to run through that. And really, if aesthetics aren't a major concern, you can place sheets of paper or stickers of predator birds in the windows. Now, the bird stickers aren't going to scare away the other birds or scare away the birds flying through there, but they just reduce the reflectivity. And some of the other things you can do, like I say, spraying the outside glass with a soapy solution, allowing that to dry will help reduce some of the external reflections also. But probably one of the best things to do, if it's at all possible, is to temporarily place up some bird netting over problem windows. And typically that'll protect birds that fly into windows from being seriously hurt. They may still fly into that net, but at least with that netting, that'll slow down their speed and keep them from being injured, from not directly hitting the window itself. The netting should be about a 5/8 of an inch or less, and that's to keep the birds from getting entangled in the net itself.
I see. Now, and I suppose that's available through most hardware stores.
Yeah, you should be able to get it through most retail outlets like that.
So what happens if you do have a bird that's injured? Is there something you should do?
Don't immediately try to pick it up. Sometimes they may be stunned, and after a little bit they'll recover and fly off. Now, unfortunately, in many of those cases, though, they may end up a few days down the road succumbing to their injuries, because in some cases they've attained some internal injuries, and while they may get up and fly away. There may be things happen to them down the road, unfortunately. But if the bird does appear to be alive but injured, best thing to do is to contact a local wildlife rehab center and let them know about it, and maybe they'll be able to take care of the bird. It's best not to touch the bird yourself, and it's also important to keep in mind that it's really illegal to handle federally protected migratory birds without a permit. So while you may be wanting to do something good, it's really best to at least let nature take its course, or if you need to, call a rehab center and let a professional look at the injured bird.
Can you find wildlife rehabilitation centers on the internet?
You should be able to find those on the internet. You could probably also look in your local yellow pages for wildlife rehabilitation centers, or you may even be able to call, if you're within a municipality, you might be able to call your city office and see if they have someone that's actually on staff for that type of thing.
Very good. Anything else we need to keep in mind about the attack of the birds this spring?
Well, one thing with the attacking of the windows, typically that's something that's just a seasonal thing. Usually within a few weeks, they're pretty well done with doing that. So it's not something that it's going to be a problem all year long. So, let them do their thing for a week or two if they're not hurting themselves. And under that type of situation, and probably the problem will go away within a few weeks.
Thank you, Dwayne. For Spotlight on Natural Resources, this has been Bill Wasner and Dwayne Friend.